Hello there, my name is Barry Hoffer, and I'm with Maples for All Seasons Nursery, and I'm known as the maple guy in the industry. Today we are going to discuss how do you prep a Japanese maple tree and or ornamental tree for snow and ice storms, especially for our clients up in the Pacific Northwest, Washington and Oregon, and also in the eastern part of the United States. The first thing we are going to do is talk about the tree itself first. This one is called Acer palmatum Tamukeyama. What this is actually a lace leaf. A lot of people might be familiar with Crimson Queen, maybe Red Dragon, and this one like I said, is called Tamukeyama. So what happens with lacy leaf trees like this one or the small cascading types is as they shed all their leaves in the fall, which you notice we're starting to do right now, during the wintertime they have a tendency to pile up a lot of dead leaves that kind of stay on the tree. So before we prep the tree for the snow and the ice about ready to come, we like to take our hands and just slowly, just gently take off any excess leaves that have dried up on there. The purpose of doing this is as the snow falls and the ice falls, we don't want to give it a nest area. What happens is as all that weight pulls on here, this will tear all the branching through all the crotching in here. So we're going to try to help you prevent that with a simple step. Okay, so what we'll do is on a tree this big, it's about 4 feet tall, we're going to use about a 4-foot high stake. You can use up to 6 feet is fine. We're going to use a 1/4 inch rope, as you'll notice in here, and we're going to use it and cut it in lengths of about 4 or 5 feet. First thing I do is I take all the rope together and I drive a 2-inch nail through the stake. I use about a 1x1, or you can even use a 2x2 stake, depending on what how big the tree is, and I drive this through the rope. So basically I end up with what's called a maypole. People might be familiar with that, and this is where we're going to put a lot of the rope on here. So you'll see me liking about 4 to 6 pieces will go in there. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll stake it in the tree, and we'll put, since it's going to be in the container, we're going to put it in the forward part of the container. If this were in the ground, we'll drive it in the ground about 1 foot down into the ground. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the 1/4 inch rope, then we're going to go northeast, south, and west with it. Okay, so we're going to put it in all 4 corners. As you'll notice, we do it here. So we're going to kind of spread it out evenly over the tree. The purpose of this is, as you notice, the stake now is kind of leaning. We want everything to be solid here. Okay, so when the snow falls, it holds all the branches. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to tie this long, lengthy branch up, take the rope and just kind of wrap it around it. Okay, and tie a small little knot in here. And just we're trying to hold this tree together. We're going to balance this tree. So this is going to hold this branch up in here. Now we're going to take the branch that's over here, which is the opposite side, and we're going to kind of also tie this up here too. This type of form of tying a tree is very common in Japan, where they get a lot of snow and ice. And this is where we learned how to do this, was in Japan. Okay, so now you notice the tree is somewhat balanced. Okay, so we want to make sure that the front now is tied up. We'll have a long branch down in here. So kind of just wrap it around here. Okay, we want to make sure everything is even. Okay, tie it up like this. Tie a gentle knot in there. Okay, so now we have 3 sides. We have your right, your left, and your forward. If we didn't tie the back up, this tree will lean this way. So now what we want to do is tie everything that's sitting in the back here. So we're going to grab a bunch of branching, and then we're going to tie it up into the front here, tie it up to the top of the canopy. So notice we run it up through here. And we tie a small knot here. Remember, this is just temporary. We're just trying to get this tree through the snow. Now, you notice this has got a little bit of slack, but not a lot. So as the tree goes through the ice storm and the snow and ice start to build up in the tree, if you notice, see how I'm putting a lot of force on this tree? It's not going to crack the tree. If we didn't have this cantilever system on here, what will happen is in this midsection here, where you have a crotch in it, it'll snap this branch off, snap this other one. This philosophy applies to a tree that can be 10 times the width. So let's say this tree is 6, 8, 10 feet tall. Then what you do is you tie a rope 6, 8 feet, 10, or 15 feet long, and you just extend it out. This is almost like a bridge. We're holding everything up, so this becomes the balancer. So as all that snow pulls on here, as you notice, look at this. See, I'm not damaging the tree now. This is a lot of force here. If we didn't do this, this whole tree would just basically snap in 4 pieces. And some areas I might use, if it's a larger tree, I might use 6 ropes. Another area I might use 8 ropes. So that way it helps this tree cantilever in. You have a little bit of extra rope left over. Sometimes then what I do is I kind of pull the tree in and tie a longer branch if it's more pliable, and I tie it to the center of the tree like this. So kind of get all that way. The more branching you have sticking out with the snow and ice to stick to, the more it pulls on it. But now we have a very tight system. There's some more rope in here. Maybe tie it to the center of this pole here. See how this really helps it out? This tree now can probably put 25, 30, 40 pounds of snow and ice on it and will hardly damage the tree. Without, we would lose this thing completely. So if you have any questions or anything, you can always call us at 925-596-3345 is our direct line. Obviously, you've seen it on our website. I hope this helps you. There's a series of about 4 trees that we've showed you. As the winter goes on, we'll put more trees onto the website to show you how we do this. But this is, like I say, is just a temporary solution to help you through some of the most damaging storms that are going to be coming this winter. And thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you. This is, once again, Barry, the Maple Guy.